What's up guys, today I'll be critiquing the Quantum Cuber. So all the videos, well there's only one video on all the reconstructions will be in the description. So it's only 4 solves rather than 5. Anyways, what he did here for the first solve, Z2Y. Okay, white cross. This is not a good cross. So F, D, R prime, F prime, D, L, D2. Well, you missed the X cross opportunity, so you could have inserted this edge with fat F, R, fat F prime, and then D2 would solve the X cross, and you're at the level where you should start planning first pair. But yeah, the cross solution is kind of bad because there's a ton of ways to do it better. So I'll just start fixing the solution one by one. So here, F, and then instead of doing D, R prime, F prime, you can just do R prime, F prime right away, and then do DL, D prime, L prime, D. That would be better. And another solution that you can do, I'll just scramble it again, so I don't have to undo something that's very annoying to undo. So the actual better solution, so the overall better solution to do here would be to do, okay, so you can do DU, R prime, F, like that, then R2 to enter this cross edge, D prime, R prime, like that, and then a D prime, and then you solve your first pair. Okay, anyways, and then you can get an okay continuation. Okay, you want to, yeah, there isn't really a great way to do that. Whatever. Anyways, what you did was pretty long and not great, so yeah. And be sure to plan first pair eventually. Anyways, you had this first pair, you did U, F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, R prime, R prime. So something to know is when you have this pair during first slot, you can just do L, F prime, L2 prime, U prime, L, U prime, F. So you just need the slot adjacent to it to be empty. You can just do that. So it will look like that. You can also do U prime, R, U, R2 prime, F, R, F prime, R, U prime, R prime. So since you already had it here, you can just do that instead of having to do a U into this solution. Anyways, next what you did was this pair. Okay, this pair is fine. And then next pair you had this U, R prime, U prime, R, Y, U, L, U, L prime. So here you can just do from here R prime, F, U, F prime, R, and it's faster. Okay, and next you had this pair. So you did R, U, R prime into a sledge. Okay, that's perfect. And then you did OLL and then PLL. So nothing wrong with that. So yeah, basically the only problem with that is the cross. It really should be fixed. And first pair is fine, second pair is fine, third pair is fine, but there is the R prime, F, U, F prime, R, which is better. And then the rest of the solve is fine. So yeah, good first impression, not too bad to begin. There's people I've critiqued that average like 2 seconds faster but have worse solutions. Okay, anyways, Z2Y, F, L, F. Good start, not bad, but why did you rotate and cross? So you did Y, U prime, R2, U prime, F2D. Don't rotate and cross. So anyways, you can from here you can just do literally D prime, R2, U prime, F2 or something like that. Storage just ran out and it would be perfectly fine, right? You can just do a D2 and there's nothing wrong with that, but you didn't do that, unfortunately. So yeah. Anyways, okay, that was inefficient, but whatever. I'm just solving the cube. I'm not trying to be doing FMC right here. Anyways, the solution you did was fine. Just don't do a rotation. You can even do a B2 for it and it'll be completely fine. Nothing wrong with B2s. But yeah, you could have just done R2, D prime R2, U prime F2, or like, you know, U2, R2, DL2. There's so many solutions that you can do that don't involve a rotation, but you rotated and did that. And then a D. Okay, so first pair is fine. Storage just ran out again, so yeah, it's fine. Just do L prime, U prime, L, R prime, U, R. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so here you could have done L prime, U to L, which is better than U, L prime, U, L. It also gives you a worst case here. L prime, U to L is better. Whenever you have the pair over here, just L prime, U to L instead of U, L prime, U, L. But you did that. And then you had Y prime, U. Okay, you don't rotate twice for one pair. And up to here, instead of doing that and then rotate, you can just do well, there's a ton of solutions like U prime, R2 prime, D prime, F2, DR2, which is very good. Like that. So R2 prime, D prime, F2, DR2. And there's also from this angle, since you already had it from here, R2, YG, R2 prime, U prime, Y2, R2, YG, R2 prime, YG prime, R2. So super fast. You can also do it with a rolling R2, which makes it regripless. Very good solution, but you had it from here, you did that, and then you rotate it again. So next you had this pair, nothing wrong with that, and then you OLL followed by PLL. Okay, so that was good. Cross, just don't rotate. And then F12 third pair, there's sort of a problem there, don't rotate twice. And then the rest of the solve is fine. So yeah, so far you seem to be pretty efficient and no big mistakes, well, no big problems here. Okay, so for third solve, you did Z2, Y prime, okay, wide R, 2 into this cross edge, RU, 2 into, okay, that's fine. And then X prime, U2, R2, D. Okay, that's good, nothing wrong with that. And then you did U2, RU, R prime, Y, U prime, R prime. So that's kind of questionable because you can just, from here, F, wider, U prime, R prime, super good. Look how fast that is. So intuitive to do too, and not a problem for look ahead. It's 2 gen, F, L, F prime, L prime, F prime. Anyways, you did a U2, R, U, R prime, Y, U, L, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, and you have this thing again. So when you have it from here, just do L, U2, L prime. Don't do U prime, L, U prime, L prime. It's worse. But anyways, you did that. And do note that it's better to rotate first rather than rotate in the middle. Rotating in the middle is going to be slightly worse. But anyways, next you have this pair. Okay, so once again, you rotate it in the middle, which isn't great. And there's a lot of better solutions. Okay, what? You have a note here. Second pair. For this pair, you were planning to solve the red-green pair. But the orange... okay, you solved that instead. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Okay, I see. So yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say you had a problem here, except for the fact that you should have done fat F or fat F prime, because you wouldn't have to rotate twice. Like, come on, just do that. Or like from home grip, it'll be equally fast. Yeah, super fast. Anyways, you had to do this, rotate twice. Oh, and you did a U2 apparently. It's better to just do a U2 prime, because you wouldn't have to reload. Anyways, next you had U2R, you can open the pair of this, rotate, and there's a better solution, because this one would give you a dot, right? And plus, it's better to just do F from F, but that's besides the point, because there's a better solution that involves not getting a dot. There's quite a few, actually, and one of them, let's see, what would I do in this case? There's just too many solutions. There's like this one, but this one needs a regrip, so it's not that great. R2, B prime, R prime, B, R prime, U2, R prime, R prime. You do a regrip at the start. It's not great, but it does avoid the dot. And also F, U, R, E prime, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, which is better because it you don't need to do a regrip for it. It's pretty nice. And there's also F, F, F prime, insert the pair. That's an extra move though, so yeah, there's just a ton of solutions for it that avoid a dot. So instead of doing that, you can just avoid a dot. But you had this OLL, you did this OLL for it. It's not a problem, and then PLL. Alright, now for the fourth solve. This is going to be a shorter critique, thankfully. So Z2, YU, okay, solve the cross. It seems to be fine. R2, F, L, D, L, wait, L, D, R, D prime. Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't say that's bad. And it even gave you a free pair. So you insert the free pair. And this is where you have the problem. So once you get to here, you can just do S prime LS. I do this all the time. It's perfect. So you just do that. Okay, you just do that, and then that. Anyways, you did this, and then rotate this way, apparently. Okay. Another thing is you don't seem to be taking advantage of the fat F inserts like this. these can be useful, but you end up just rotating and then rotating again. Okay, so Y2 is absolutely useless in this case. You can even just do this pair instead. This pair is better, but you did this, a Y2, don't do a Y2. You shouldn't have to rotate, but you did a Y2, and you solved it into here. Okay, so there's a few cool solutions that you could take note of. So R prime F, R prime F, R2, it's pretty nice. Problem with it is it misorients this edge, but that's not a problem because we can just do that. F prime, water prime, water prime, F2 to get all your edges. It's only 5 moves. And it's actually just distinct from this angle. So, yeah. Another thing you can do is R prime F prime U to prime FR, and this case, this one's even better here because you just go like that. You just go like R prime F prime U to prime F, R2 U to prime R prime, and solve both of them. So you can go like that, and it's super smooth. So once again, R prime F prime U to prime F, but you get R and then you cancel into this one. Anyways, you did this, and then you solve this pair normally. Okay, that's fine. And then OLL. This OLL alg is fine, but this alg is better. So you just do S prime. This OLL is actually sledge OLL, and then US. It's just faster. But to be fair, your alg is fine too. Like it's not slow or anything. But yeah, you did this. And then okay, this from this angle, come on, just do X, R2, F, R, F prime, Y, U2 prime, Y prime, U, Y, R, U2 prime. It's very good. Faster than Oriol. And the regrip, you only have to regrip once. You don't have to regrip like that. So it's not even a rotation. It's just a slight regrip that you can hide with pre-A left 2. So that's just better. Anyways, you did this, but with a slightly worse finger trick. So the finger trick that I recommend for it is R prime U and then L prime like that. It's more of a water prime, and then you do F2 R, F prime, R prime, F2, wide R like that. And at the end you can do it with left ring. So you can have E0 UF and 5 finger trick. But the real best thing to do is just switch to this alg. Come on. Just switch to this alg. It's the fastest J-perm. In general. Not just for this J-perm. It's faster than the JB. Okay, that's all 4 solves. So it seems that you're very efficient. Better than a lot of people that have critiqued that are way faster than you. So good job on that. So let's see. Cross, it's efficient except for the time where, except for one of the solves where it's very long, and then the other solve where you rotated. So yeah, don't rotate and cross. And F12, it seems to be fine. There was that one time you did a Y2, and there's a couple of F12 tricks you need to learn, like this one, R prime F, U, F prime, R prime, R. And also this one's very useful, F, Y, R prime, R prime, F prime. And also you got to take note of doing L prime U to L, R U to R prime, R prime U to R, L U to L prime. And instead of doing something like that, you can just do that. So yeah. I did go a little bit faster on this critique, but it's fine. You'll be able to understand it, and if you have questions, just let me know in the comments. So, yeah. If you want to critique, you can just send me a video and make sure you reconstruct the solves, put the reconstructions in the description of the video, and then just send it to me in a random comment section. Doesn't matter, I'll be able to see it. But it would be better if you just send it under the community post, because I'll be for sure able to see that one. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Okay, let me just do a soon fast. Oh my.